Today's learning target is I can find the perimeter and area of rectangles. Let's start by doing a little bit of review. So if you remember perimeter from previous years, okay, the perimeter is the distance around an object. Okay, so in words here they show us the perimeter is twice the sum of the length, which we could put as L, and the width, which is W. So the formula that we could do, we could either look at like this. Perimeter is length plus width plus width. And that would be perimeter of a rectangle, okay, because there's two lengths and there's two widths. So you just add them all together. Or perimeter of a rectangle would also be 2 times the length, because there's two of them, just like we said here, plus 2 times the width, because there's two widths. Or, if you wanted to, another way to write that would be 2 times the length and the width, because if I added the length and the width and then doubled it, took 2 of those, I'd have the full distance around it. So in today's assignment, when you're asked to find the perimeter of a rectangle, you're going to choose which of these formulas you want to use. You have to start by writing out the one that you choose. Alright, so I wrote my formula down here now. And notice my L, I make like a cursive L. Okay, and that's a good idea. Don't make your L like a number 1, because you might get confused and think it's a 1. So now it's like a puzzle. I plug in my numbers. So it's 2 times the length, which I can see here's my length, 15, plus my width is 4. Okay, and now it's like an order of operation problem. So now I do my parentheses first. It's 19. And I know that if there's no sign next to two numbers, that means I multiply them. 2 times 19 is 38. And I need to remember my label, and my label in this case, what am I measuring in? And it's centimeters. So I just put centimeters. So where perimeter measures the distance around an area, the measurement inside an area, or the amount of space inside of a figure, is called area. And if you remember from previous years, to find the area, I multiply the length times the width. So if I needed to find the area of this rectangle here, I see that this rectangle is 2 inches long and 10 inches wide. What I would want to know is how many squares, 1-inch squares, fit inside of this box. So when I cover that rectangle, like I've done here, I find that there are 20 of these squares that fit inside of it. So the area of this would be 20 square inches, and I can abbreviate it like that, or some people will do like this, 20 inches, and then with the exponent of 2, remember, that's squared. So either way to write those would work. However, you don't want to have to do this every time you find the area. So that's where we use the formula and make it easier on ourselves. So I start with writing my formula out. Area equals L. Remember, make the L like a cursive. The length times the width. And now I just plug in my numbers. So the area equals the length of this is 10 centimeters, or 10 inches, excuse me, and the width is 2. Okay, and I know I'm going to times those. So my area equals 20, and again you have to have your label, so the inches are squares, so I'm going to go inches with the exponent of 2, which is squared. So let's look at this problem here. It says the area of a rectangle is 138 square feet. The width is 12 feet. What is the length? Okay, so in this one they're asking us to find the length. They give us the area. The area is 138 square feet, and the width is going to be 12 feet. So the first thing I'm going to do is start with my formula to find area. Now, I know what the area is, so I want to plug that in where the A is here for area. So I plugged that 138 in for the area, and it also said the width is 12 feet. So notice I plugged that in right under the W for width for 12. And now I'm solving for the length. So to do this, I'm going to solve this just like the equations that I've solved in the past. I'm trying to get the L on this side by itself or to figure out what the length is. So to do that, I'm going to start here and I'm going to do just like I've done in the past. Now to get this L by itself, I'm looking at it, it says I'm going to times 12 by L. So if I want to cancel that out, I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to divide by 12. Okay, that will cancel it out. And if I do that to one side, I have to do it to the other side. And so now L, if I do that on my calculator, I know that's 138 divided by 12, and that'll give me 11 5/10, or 11.5. So my answer for this is going to be, the length is going to be 11.5 feet.